What's going on, y'all? It's your boy GP, and you're rocking with me on the Aqua Method Podcast. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spelled normally, no special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. It's GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com for any types of sponsorships, advertisements, questions, comments, all that good stuff. GrasshopperGP@yahoo.com is the place to do it. You are listening to this on Grasshopper GP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. Grasshopper GP Official with 3 S's is the YouTube account. Thank y'all for once again rocking with your boy, the AquaMethodPodcast. And I'm recording this a lot earlier than I normally do because when I normally put out videos, I won't be in the state. I will be traveling. I will be traveling to Alabama and later then to Tennessee because it is in celebration of my birthday. My birthday, it is right now. It is 10:56, February the 5th. My birthday is February 6th, and I'll be 29 years old. So when I normally put out videos, I will be traveling in celebration of that. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to go visit my cousin in Alabama. And she lives right at the border of Alabama and Tennessee, so we'll be seeing Tennessee Nashville Predators game, NHL game. I'm really excited about that. It's going to be my first NHL game, and they'll be playing the Florida Panthers. So I'm excited, and I can't wait to do that, and it should be a good time. But yeah, man, your boy about to be 29 years old. It's been a fun ride. It's been a great life so far. And I feel like I'm just beginning, so hopefully I can make it even better. And hopefully, I mean, you can never call it, but hopefully I'm here for a lot longer. And but for the time I've had so far, it's been really, really nice, and I'm just happy to be here. And so if you're thinking about giving me a birthday gift, the best gift you can give me is to continue to listen and continue to watch the Aqua Method Podcast. That means a lot to me. Share it to everybody you think might want to check my stuff out. Try to get my numbers up, my subscribers up, and my views up, and all that good stuff. And I check my demographics once a week, and get some. I got a lot of dudes who watch my show and listen to my show. So ladies, please feel free to check my show out. It would mean a lot to me. But yeah, so yeah, that's the best gift y'all can give me. Check out the Aqua Method Podcast on YouTube. And I've been talking to people. I'm trying to get it on iTunes. I'll be getting the ball rolling on that as soon as I get back into Louisiana. It's February 5th, 2017, and it was big game Sunday. I don't want to say, the SB because I don't know exactly the rules with saying that with NFL licensing and stuff like that. So I don't want to break any rules like that. But so the big game was on hours like an hour or so ago, and man, it was a great one. I was driving back to my apartment. I had ESPN on the radio, and Jonathan McNabb. I didn't know he had a show on ESPN, but whatever. He had a show on ESPN, and he was saying people saying this is the greatest big game of all time. It's gonna be a while. It's gonna be tough for me to get that right. But people were saying that this is the greatest big game of all time, and he was like, pump the brakes a little bit, not so fast. I'm like, yo, that was the greatest big game I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Atlanta Falcons was up by a crazy amount. It was over it. You know what I mean? Like, it was like 28-3, crazy. You know what I mean? Like, so 25-point difference going into the half. Lady Gaga go play. She do her thing. And then they come back, I'm like, okay, and the Patriots score, whatever, no big deal. And it was over, man. The Patriots wound up coming back. I can't believe it. They wind up getting it, tying the game 28-all, getting it to overtime. The first overtime in big game history after 51. This is the 51st big game. So now they got an overtime, and and I'm like, oh man, like this is, when it went to overtime, I'm like, maybe the Falcons can win this game. Maybe the Falcons can win this game. But I just had a feeling like, okay, if they couldn't, they had that big a lead and they couldn't close the deal, it's over. It's over. Kind of like when the Warriors went 3-1, was 3-1 against the Cavaliers, and they had 3 opportunities to knock the Cavaliers out. All they had to do was just win one game. The Cavaliers had to win 3 more games in a row to win the championship. And when the Cavaliers won their first game and it was 3-2, I'm like, it's over. The Cavaliers, for some magical reason, the Cavaliers gonna win the NBA championship. And it's the same feeling I got when I watched the big game today. Like they had all this opportunity. All you had to do was just make a stop, stop Tom Brady, stop Julian Edelman, stop James White. And you be straight, and you would have been fine. But no, they couldn't stop him. They had all them opportunities to stop him, and right then I knew it. Tom Brady gonna do it. All I know is that Tom Brady has 5 SB championships. 5 big game championships. You know what I mean? And that's amazing. And I mean, he's a legend. I mean, he was going to the Hall of Fame before he, regardless of what happened, he could have really ate this game. Like this game could have been. How it was looking in the first half, and he still would have been an all-time great and a legend. But man, like just seeing it, like, bro, if I was an Atlanta Falcons fan in Atlanta, I'd be sick right now. I would be miserable. There's probably some broken TVs in Georgia. There's probably Like, I wonder, you know what? Because they always talk about how popping the strip clubs are over there in Georgia. I wonder how popping the strip club. I wonder if people are just so depressed that they can't go enjoy a stripper, like go enjoy a strip club right now, or if they're so depressed that they gotta drown their sorrows in the bosoms and the booties of a voluptuous stripper over there. You know what I mean? So I wonder, I can see it going either way. Like, man, I am sad. I'm not going to the strip club tonight. Or, man, I am sad. I need to go see some strippers. But yeah, man, I can't believe it. If you saw the last episode I had, my last guest, British, he was going to the big game in Houston because Houston's right there. So he decided to travel and take his girlfriend to the big game, and he's a Patriots fan, so he was probably miserable the first half, and then the second half comes around, he's probably spazzing out. So I want to ask him about that. I want to ask him if he got to see Lady Gaga's performance live and stuff like that. And but yeah, man, it was a phenomenal. I thought it was a great game, and like I'm not an Atlanta Falcons fan, but I always cheer for the NFC representative because for a long time the Saints wasn't getting into it, and I'm like, well, I need a reason to care. I need to form a reason. I need to manufacture a reason to care about this game and the outcome of this game. So, when I was really young, I decided, if Saints, whatever conference the Saints play for, that is who I'm going to cheer for in the big game. And it became the Falcons, and I was hoping I never imagined it would ever come to that. I never imagined that I would actually have to stick to my word and have to cheer for the Atlanta Falcons, because the Falcons, if you don't know, are the arch rival, the arch nemesis of the New Orleans Saints, my favorite team. And but I never thought that it would ever come to that. I mean, I don't know why. I guess I took the Atlanta Falcons for granted and stuff like that. But I never thought it would ever come to that. And they had to face the Packers to get to the big game. And the Packers are my second favorite team in the league. I like the Packers, but the Packers let me down because they really got ate by the Falcons. And they wound up, so the Falcons wound up going. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna stick to my word, and I don't care what nobody think, nobody say. I'm gonna just cheer for the Atlanta Falcons and hope they win, and because because there's no point in watching just to watch the game. I want to feel something. I want to feel emotionally connected to it. So I gotta pick a team, and I'm sticking with the NFC for as long as the Saints are in the NFC. I'm gonna stick with the NFC. But that was my fault. That was my mistake. The last mistake I made as a 28-year-old was rooting against the New England Patriots. I can't believe it. They did it again. Them boys did it again, them boys. I mean, and you should never doubt them, but man, but any given Sunday, any bounce of the ball, you never know what can happen. I mean, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman looking like superstars out there. And I don't know where it crumbled at. What fell short? Because, the defense was never that good, but it wasn't playing terrible, I don't think. I mean, again, I ain't no analyst. I'm looking at it like a fan. I'm looking at football like a fan. I'm not going to pretend like I know coverages and routes and this and that. I don't know none of that. All I know is that they didn't look too bad to me. It looked like when Tom Brady was playing, they were stopping them. They were sacking them. They sacked them 5 times, looked like. They intercepted the ball. Went all the way down like an 82, yard touchdown. It didn't look like they was playing poorly. They looked like they was doing their job, and the offense was doing their job. They looked like they was playing good. But the second half, something happened, and I don't know. It looked like it was going to be a big game. It looked like it was going to be boring because it was like the Falcons was winning crazy. But like I said, 28-3, I think it was. But they came back people, if you're a fan of football, the people of Georgia, the people of Massachusetts, all in New England, everybody was holding their chest, holding their hearts, because they didn't know what was going to happen, because the game was close, and then the game was tied, and then the game went to overtime. And I think they should change the overtime rules. All right, no sudden death. Give them a full quarter. Give the other team an opportunity to score. Leave it all on the line. I can understand it in regular season. You do one sudden death. If nobody can score, then it's a tie. Or if somebody can score, then the game is over. The first person who scores a touchdown, this game's over. If you score a field goal and the other team don't score, then you win. That's cool in the regular season, and in the playoffs. That's cool. But in the Super Bowl, there is no tomorrow. So leave it all on the line. Give them a whole quarter. Give them a full quarter. The Patriots wound up scoring the first touchdown, so the game was over. But let's say the Falcons could have tried again. Could have tried, and play again. Give them a chance. Give them a full quarter. Give them a full quarter. If Patriots score, the Falcons try. Let's say the Falcons don't score on the first time. Then the Patriots get the ball back again. They don't score. Then the Falcons score again. Keep playing. There's no tomorrow. There is no more football after this. So let them play until they can't play no more. I know that football is a dangerous game and that people can get hurt. But this is what they do. This is what they get paid to do. This is what they want to do. This is what they dreamed of doing. They're warriors. That's what they wanted to do. So let them be warriors. Let them fight. Let them gut it out. Only the strong survive. I hope I don't sound I don't want to sound like careless or like I don't care about the health and well-being of athletes, but I do. But like I said, there is no more. This is the last game. This is the penultimate game. This is the final game, right? So it's let them play. Let them play. So Donovan McNabb, great football player, but wrong. That was a historic game. And it was an amazing game, and I'm going to remember Big Game 51 forever. You know what I mean? I'm going to remember Big Game 51 forever. I'm going to remember Big Game 41. That was the one the Saints won. No, 44. I believe the Saints won. The Saints won the 44th big game, so I'll always remember 44 and 51. And 50. Because 50 was a big it was a milestone big game, but that game was boring. I thought the Broncos versus the Panthers was boring. But this one certainly wasn't. And I think that the Atlanta Falcons and the New England Patriots should hold their heads up high. I mean, the Patriots will obviously hold their heads up high. They're the champions, but the Atlanta Falcons shouldn't look at themselves as losers, or they shouldn't feel down about themselves. I mean, they lost and they had a big lead. Some can say that they choked. Fine, but they played a great game. They really did. So congratulations to the New England Patriots and Atlanta Falcons. Y'all did all right. I mean, I'm not a hater. I'm not a blind hater. Like some people, like they hate. Like this guy I know, he say he hate the Atlanta Falcons because he's a New Orleans Saints fan. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan too, but like I don't understand that level of hatred. I just don't get it. I guess maybe I'm just not that big a football fan. I feel like I'm a big football fan. I love football. Football season is the best time of the year, but I mean, if I'm going to Atlanta or if I still an Atlanta fan, I'm gonna pick on them, I'm gonna mess with them, and I hope they mess with me. But like, it's not that serious for me. We ain't gonna fist fight on no football. We not gonna do none of that craziness, none of that. If I went to Atlanta last year, the top of last year, January 2016. I believe, and I was in Atlanta and I saw the Saints play the Falcons, and we was messing back and forth. Saints fans and Falcons fans just giving each other shit, and it was a lot of fun, But that's as far as it go with me, man. Like I don't hate the Atlanta Falcons. I don't hate anything really. I mean, like that's a different level of emotion. I don't have that type of energy. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. That was a good game, man. That was a good game. The first overtime, big game, SB 51. You know what I mean? And and then they was talking about, I saw Andrew Schultz of Brilliant Idiots and MTV fame. He was, I was scrolling through Twitter, and he had said something that just happened to catch my eye, and he said, the big game commercials were pretty whack this year. And I gotta agree, man. Some of them look like regular commercials that I saw during the regular season. There was a few of them that was dope, like the T-Mobile one with Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. That was funny, really creative. I like that one. Let's see what else. What else was really dope? The movie commercials was really cool. Logan, Transformers. That was really dope. But yeah, now I'm thinking about it. It's not them. The Justin Bieber, Terrell Owens. That one was dope too. I think that was also T-Mobile. Now I'm thinking about it. I think that was also T-Mobile. That was a funny one. That was cool. But they were kind of lame. I gotta agree with Andrew Schultz on that one. That was kind of, they were kind of whack this year. But I mean, like there's always so much hype for the commercials during a big game, and they never live up to it. I mean, I guess I think it's because the Apple commercial from way back when it was kind of like the 1984 Apple commercial, and that chick threw that thing at the screen, and the screen broke, and it's like trying to say like, stop living like a sheep and stop being one of the sheeples, and be an individual, and stop with the group thinking, buy an Apple computer. And I think because that's a legendary, iconic commercial, and I think that people wanted to make statements with the commercials, and that's when the commercial hype for the big game began, in my opinion. I mean, just I'm sure there's like analysts and stuff like that who actually look at stuff like that, but from my view, it seemed like that was the beginning of the hype. And there's always this level of hype, and I'm never impressed by them. I mean, I'm impressed by the cinematography of them and the thought they went into them and stuff like that, but it's whatever, They're usually, they're usually just cool looking. But how cool looking? How impactful can you be in 30 seconds? And then they had the one with the Budweiser commercial about the German immigrant coming to St. Louis and stuff like that. That was dope. That was cool only because of the cinematography. That was like a movie. It was really, really dope. But yeah, I'm not gonna stay here too long, y'all. I just wanted to I gotta record an episode, and because I gotta record the episode early because I'm not gonna be here. So yeah, man, I am tired. Yeah, I am tired right now, and my birthday is in about 51 minutes. 51 minutes from now, I'll be 29 years old. So I'm gonna wrap this thing up way before then. But yeah, it's always good to talk to y'all, man, and it's always good to hang out with y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy hanging out with me. Like I said, man, the AquaMethod Podcast is almost 2 years old, and it's a lot of fun to do, and I really appreciate every single view, man. I mean that sincerely, every single view. I've gotten to talk to a lot of cool people because of the show, and I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people because of the show, and I'm trying to make it bigger and better. Trying to get it to iTunes. I just gotta figure out, figure out the logistics of it. But eventually, it's gonna be on iTunes, and hopefully, my numbers will grow, and y'all just continue to rock with me, man. I appreciate it, and it's just a dream, man. It's just a dream, and dreams come from humble beginnings and small beginnings and stuff like that, and hopefully, like, this can propel me to greater heights, I'm just because I'm looking at the big game, and they got Katie Nolan. She's not that much older than me, and she's awesome at what she does. But look at what the internet has done for her. She was just doing like YouTube, she was blogging and doing YouTube videos, and now she's on Fox, covering the big game. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Like, and not saying it was easy. I'm quite the contrary. It's a lot of hard work, but man, it's possible. Anything's possible, and I believe that sincerely. I got boundless optimism. Like I said, I'm about to be 29 years old, and I feel like I just started. I'm just getting started, man. I got a lot of life, and a lot of dreams, and a lot of goals, and a lot of potential to get out. You know what I mean? But yeah, all that to say, thank y'all for hanging with me. Every time I'm by myself, I gotta say that. I just gotta convey that I really appreciate every single view and every single listen. It means a lot to me. And hopefully, I'm going to keep going. I haven't missed a week yet. I've been late, but I haven't missed a week. Saturday at the latest, man. Sometime on Saturday, you can almost guarantee the AquaMethod Podcast will be there. But yeah, I don't really have much to talk about, y'all. I was just so flabbergasted by how crazy that the SB was, SB 51. I'm just so done by that, and now I got a TV cracking, and got Adult Swim on, and they got that Super Mansion, and I am not interested at all in this show. No disrespect, I love Adult Swim. Adult Swim is always on the TV, but Super Mansion, you can miss me with it. You know why? Because like, the guy behind Super Mansion, I believe, are the same guy behind Robot Chicken, which is great. But they had another show called Titan Maximum that only lasted like 10 episodes or so. And that show was great. That show was funny, and it had the level of sci-fi and action that I like, and it didn't take itself too seriously at all. It was a great show, but I guess I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but either there was some sort of conflict behind the scenes. That's what I can imagine, or something happened for them to jump ship and do something else. And I like that, the voice actors and actresses on it. But anyway, so Super Mansion is on, and I'm not interested at all. But anyway, so yeah, other pop culture things. Was it, I think yesterday was Saturday, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Saturday I went to the movies, and I saw The Space Between Us. I thought it was a really sweet, really nice, feel good movie. You know what I mean? And I don't like, it's out of my usual realm of movie viewing experiences, because I'm usually watching, something with a superhero in it, or an alien, violence, spies, crime, action, But this movie was just, it was a drama. I guess you'd call it a drama. I didn't feel too moody or sad. I mean, there was some sad moments in it, but it didn't feel too bad. You know what I mean? So I guess, but it's a drama because it wasn't a comedy and it wasn't an action movie. But I really liked the movie. It was a real feel good movie. If you got yourself, if you got your girlfriend or boyfriend, whatever, go see that movie together. It'll give you all types of feels. You know what I mean? I thought it was beautifully made. Uh, I mean, it was really, and it was really. I thought it was captivating. It was a little cheesy, but it was cool. I don't think it was as cheesy as people are making it out to be. Now, on Rotten Tomatoes, I love Rotten Tomatoes because it's a meta site. It's like that. It's a Metacritic site, so they're getting criticism from all these places and filtering it down to a numerical representation that they apply. So if they see a lot of bad reviews, then they say that the movie is bad, which makes sense. They're getting a lot of points of view from a lot of different experts, right? But we tend to disagree all the time. Me and Rotten Tomatoes, man. Rotten Tomatoes gave, last time I checked, Rotten Tomatoes gave The Space Between Us a 13%. It was in the teens. So they thought the movie was awful. And it wasn't that bad. And I read some of the reviews and it said, it gave you, a diabetic coma. It was so sweet. It was a sweet movie. It was nice, It wasn't, it was, I thought it was nice. I thought it was nice in the sense, it was a welcome niceness. It was a niceness that we needed in this day and time, with so much just in film and movie culture, it's just mostly big explosions and laser beam eyes and and violence and guns and bombs and and all kinds of stuff and robots and so it was a good escape from that, and it was good to see that and see it was a love story. It was nice. I thought it was nice. So go check out The Space Between Us. I thought it was dope. It's great. It's a great movie. It's a great movie to see on Valentine's Day. So go check it out on Valentine's Day. But it wasn't that bad, man. Y'all, some critics are just too harsh, man. There's this critic. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. But he looks like he got his picture on Rotten Tomatoes looks like a book insert. Like if you open the book and at the back cover, it got the picture of the author. The portrait and the little blurb about him right under it. That's what that picture looks like. Got a turtleneck. He looks like an elitist. That's the nicest way to say it. I'm sure he's a great dude. He's obviously expert and a professional at film criticism. But yeah, he was harsh, man. That movie was not that bad, man. But yeah, so go check out The Space Between Us, man. It'll make you feel good on the inside. Give you all types of feels, and I would recommend you seeing it. But with your significant other. And now on the telly, there is a commercial for the Fox Marvel movie Logan, the third movie in the Logan series, and I don't know. This is what movie number 9 in the X-Men franchise. It was 3 X-Men, 3 First Classes, 3 Wolverines, and Deadpool, so 10. If I'm not mistaken. And this one looks. Regardless, I'm gonna check it out because that's what I do. But it looks kind of dope. And X-23 is gonna be in there. I wonder if they're gonna call it. They probably won't. They probably just gonna call it Laura. But I'm excited about that. And but I thought I could have sworn I heard a rumor that during the big game there's gonna be a commercial for Thor Ragnarok. There wasn't. Disappointed. Now I'm thinking about it. Disappointed. But anyway, speaking of comic books, I kind of I was thinking about talking about like my favorite comic book arcs and stuff like that, and what comic books mean to me, and how I got into them, and the Ren and Stimpy show. Marvel. It was a Marvel property. Nickelodeon, I guess, gave Marvel the the license to make a Ren and Stimpy comic book. So they made a Ren and Stimpy comic book for a little bit, and that was the first comic book I got. It was Ren and Stimpy number 34, 1992. 1992. That was when I first started reading comic books. Ren and Stimpy show number 34, 1992. And I remember getting it. I remember walking in Walmart, and I was with my mom. So in 92, I was 4 years old. And I saw that comic book, and I asked my mom to get it for me. She got it for me, and that's how I started. And from there, I was reading everything. I always read. I would go to my grandmother's house, and I would get the funny papers, the comic section from the newspaper, and I was reading Calvin and Hobbes, and what's another good one I used to love to check out. I was never really a big fan of Peanuts, Charlie Brown. Never was a big fan of Charlie Brown, but Calvin and Hobbes was it for me. And I think Hagar the Horrible, I think that was it. And Family Circus was always cool, but Family Circus could have been like a panel, but it was always just like that little one square. Heathcliff, just like Heathcliff. But yeah, stuff like that, man. And Garfield, can't forget Garfield. Curtis by Ray Billingsley. Yeah, I used to love Curtis, man. Curtis was it. And it's still going, too. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's dope. Looks like it's still going. That's all right. Came out in '88, just like me. So yeah, but that's when I started reading comics, and from there, I started going. Every time my mom would go to the mall, my mom used to go to the mall every Saturday, Esplanade Mall, and in Esplanade there was a bookstore called Walden Books, and Walden Books used to have like a little circular a spindle that had comic books on it. And this was when I didn't know that comic books came out every Wednesday, and so I just assumed they just came out whenever. And so every Saturday I would go with my mom, and she would give me some. I would ask me like, Mom, can I get like 2 or 3 comic books? And she would give me like maybe $3-4, and I was able to get 3-4 comic books. You know what I mean? And that was good, man, and I was straight. But at the time, I was only reading like friendly, like kid friendly stuff, even though like there was nothing stopping me from getting mature rated stuff. But I really wasn't interested in that kind of stuff because it was hard to follow, and I'm gonna explain that later. But I was reading like Archie, Jughead, Archie and Friends, and I was reading Sonic the Hedgehog a lot and stuff like that. And at the time, Sonic was episodic. They didn't have story arcs, so you could read a book from beginning to end, and the next book wouldn't have anything to do or much to do with the one previous. And then I think they changed editors or writers or something, and they started getting more episodic and more grand in scale, and it started becoming a fully formed universe. At first, the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book was just pretty much just an adaptation of the cartoon show. You could just see the art style, the zany action, and the jokes. It was just pretty much just a mimic of the cartoon show from the Saturday morning cartoon show. And then, but they started started developing their own universe, their own mythos and everything. And it was really, really in depth, and it was really, really it was full. There was a lot going on, and I fell in love with it. And so like Sonic the Hedgehog number 50 is important to me. I believe that was Endgame. I think I have that at my mom's house, and that's a big one for me. And Knuckles the Echidna, he had a spinoff. His spinoff was really, really good, and it was really, really it had some dark moments. It was just as grand as Sonic's, and it was same universe, so it was all connected, but it was just as grand as Sonic's comic book. And but there was a lot going on, and then something happened with there was a dispute with Archie Comics and one of the artists or whatever from the Knuckles era, and so all the Knuckles characters that this guy made cannot be used in Archie comics right now, and it's so upsetting because he made some great characters. You know, the him in collaboration with the writers made some amazing characters. Julie Sue, Galana, you know, the Brotherhood of Guardians. That was good, man. That was great. You know, and like the backstories for all these characters was amazing, and can't disappear, bye bye. So they had to do a whole like a reboot, and now it's, you know, I mean, I still read it, but it's a bunch of nonsense now, man. I mean, like not in terms of, I'm just mad because it's like there's a separation. Like there's this universe that you used to love that don't exist no more, and now there's this whole new thing. And but I mean, it's still great, but still, you know, it's not what I had before. Speaking of, I was just talking about Titan Maximum. Titan Maximum is on the TV right now. They had something great with that, man. They had something great. If y'all, Stupid Monkey Productions, the people behind that, Seth Green, Breckenmeyer, all y'all, man. Yeah, whoever's behind that, man, if y'all listening to me, bring back Titan Maximum, man. Y'all had something good with that, man. Real. But yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog it's still pretty good, but it's nowhere near as good as it was when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like you could have been a fully formed adult and you could have been digging that back in them days. But anyway, but yeah, I got a lot of dope comic book memories, and I think I've said a few of them before. Like there's this, I remember this one time I was riding with my grandmother to K&B Pharmacy. If you're a Louisianian, you know about K&B. Or maybe it was Rite Aid at the time. Maybe they had switched over and became Rite Aid. But I guess she had to go get some medicine. But in these times, you can find comic books just about everywhere, and like all the pharmacies would have them. I went in there, and I got I was just picking out whatever. I mean, you know, again, I was still forming my library, still forming my own interests as far as comic book goes. So I was just picking up anything, and I picked up a copy of Youngbloods. And my grandmother bought it for me, and I got that. And like the issue wasn't that good. And again, like it was like one of those issues where it's just in the middle of a story arc or something like that. And I didn't know what happened prior, and I didn't get another Youngbloods book after that. So I don't know what happened after that. And you know, and it was Image Comics. It's not like Marvel or DC. It's not no big name like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man or something like that. You know, it was a Youngblood. So I didn't really have that much interest in them, you know. But I just got that book, but I love that book, even though I don't really care about the story in it. I love that book because every time I look at it, it makes me think of my grandmother. Every time I think about that comic book, I think about my grandma. My grandma also got me she wanted to surprise me, so she had went to the mall. I think probably with my mom, and she had bought me a Batman comic book. You know, again, I wasn't really into Batman at the time, because, you know, Batman was a little dark for me. You know, I was a little kid, you know, I wasn't really interested. I like Batman, the animated series, you know, like everybody did back in them days, you know, but she bought me a Batman Dead Man, you know, and she didn't, I don't know if she knew, but it was Batman Dead Man, and if you held it to the light long enough, then you went to a dark room, the cover would glow, and Batman would turn into Dead Man, the comic book character. And it was really, really cool. But it was really spooky. It was like some dark, you know, like, you know, Dead Man possesses this guy. You know, it was, you know, but my grandmother just saw Batman. Kids love Batman, so she got it for me. And again, like that issue might be worth something, you know. I don't know. I mean, a glow in the dark comic book, you know, it might be something special. But anyway, that's another one that makes me think of my grandmother when I see it, you know. So I care about that book a lot. But yeah, it was hard, like I said previously, it was hard to follow because I didn't understand how to compartmentalize like storylines and universes and stuff like that. And I remember going to the comic books. I remember going to Walden Books as a kid and seeing Amazing Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man or Sensational Spider-Man. And is this the same storyline? Is this the same character? I was confused by that, And then like you will see Wolverine with the X-Men, you also see Wolverine with the Avengers, and then you see Wolverine with the X-Force, and like or Wolverine by himself. Like, is this all happening at the same time? Is this the same timeline? And like it always confused me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick with I'm gonna just stick with Archie and Sonic, because it's a lot easier to follow. I mean, there's not that many, it's just not that many issues, And now Sonic got Sonic and Sonic Universe. Archie is a lot different nowadays. There's Archie got a horror comic book out, with zombies and all kind of stuff. And it's still the classic Archie with the classic art style from back in the day, and there's still, but now they got the new Archie with the upgraded version of the art style and how the characters look, and that's kind of cool, and I appreciate that because they look great, but yeah, that was my childhood, man. I used to get them big old double digest, big thick things, I used to love them things, and in back in them days, I could read the same comic book over and over and over. Fun, it's things change, And like when I started reading comic books, them things was $1.25. $1.25. Now them things is hitting you for $3.99, $4.99, man. It's tough being a fan now, man. But those were great times, man. I had the big old. You used to get a single digest, Archie, Jughead, whatever. You used to get the double digest. You used to get the big, thick Calvin and Hobbes collections, man. You used to take that on trips. Just expand your mind, expand your imagination. It was great times, and I believe that comic books. I sincerely credit comic books with my vocabulary, with expanding my vocabulary, and with making me a better speaker, and increasing my intelligence, increasing my creativity, and making me want to be an artist, be a better artist with a pencil, and be a better artist with pens, and just be a better artist with music as a whole, and it made me. Comic books made me want to make something that inspired me, like these comic books. Like, I want to make something that inspires others, like these comic books inspire me, I want to make something that people pick up and like, wow, somebody just like me made this. Like, this wasn't just dropped here. It was, created by somebody just like me, somebody just like you, and that always impacted me like that, and I always wanted to make something like that. And my various artistic expressions are a result of that. So I love comic books, and I appreciate comic books for making me who I am. And they're not a kid thing. If you're a little kid who loves comic books, continue to do so. And if you fall out of it naturally. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not cool for reading them, or for liking them, or for wanting to make your own. It's all about positive expression and positive creation and creating things, from good vibes. When inspiration leads to creation and creativity, it's a beautiful thing. You can't beat it. So I'm always gonna love cartoons. I'm always gonna love comic books. I'm always gonna love stuff like that because it's all about your imagination, and imagination is boundless. And it's an amazing thing, man. Yo, I'm just rambling. I don't care. I'm about to be 29, about 20 something minutes. I'm gonna be 29, and but I'm about to shut this thing down, man. But like I said, y'all, it's always a pleasure talking to y'all, and I hope y'all like listening to me, and I hope y'all like the show, and just continue to expand your mind, man. Go out there and support your local comic book shops, support, your local movie theaters. Don't stop going to the movies. I know it's expensive, and there's a lot easier ways, but it's something to do, and there's no more classic date than taking your the guy or girl that you're interested in to a movie, man. And so support your movie theaters and your local comic shops, and keep art and creativity alive, man. Because there's a lot of beautiful things that we have in us that we can put out in the world, and that's what I want to do. That's all I want to do, and I know I can do it, and I know I will do it, and hopefully y'all join me for the journey, and because it's been a great one so far. All right, y'all. I'm at 52 minutes. I'm probably going to, by the time I'm done editing this thing, it's probably be like 45 or so. But yeah, I'm about to get up out here and prepare myself for my big day tomorrow. Oh, another thing. Don't let anybody. I don't care how old you are. I don't care. This is my last thing before I get out of here. I don't care how old you are. Don't let nobody tell you that your birthday is less meaningful or less important because you're getting older. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, so I'm about to be 29. I'm in my late 20s. I'm not expecting no more Power Rangers. I'm not expecting no Ninja Turtles. I'm not expecting no big grandiose gifts, but, you get one day, man. You get one day that's yours and that's special, man. Like, don't let nobody tell you that you crazy for enjoying it. Go out there and enjoy it. You get one day to be special. This is your day. Go out there and be special, man. Go out there and feel special. And surround yourself with people that make you feel good. I don't. If you gotta work, you gotta work. But if you can get out of work, take yourself a sick day or a PTO day and go have yourself a good time, man. Enjoy yourself. Like don't let nobody tell you like there's no age limit on happiness. There's no age limit on being special. There's no age limit on joy. Go have yourself a good time. If you're turning 15, 29, 99, go have yourself a good time to the best of your abilities, because you don't know when your birthday is your last birthday, man. So I'm gonna have me a good time tomorrow, and I sincerely hope that I have a lot more birthdays after this one, and I'm gonna have me a good time, man. I'm gonna have a good time, and nobody has to give me anything. But if you want to give me something, you can. But nobody has to give me anything. I'm gonna have a great time regardless. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean. I'm not a big drinker. So people gonna be trying to buy me drinks, and I'm not looking forward to that. But it is what it is. So hopefully we can maintain. And nothing goes crazy, but because I don't like being drunk. Drunk is not cool for me, and it never was. But that's a whole nother episode. I can talk for another 20 minutes on that alone about my feelings about alcohol. But I do it. I drink, but I'm not no big drinker to get drunk type of cat. Never was. That was never cool to me. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Your boy GP. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, GrasshopperGP, Instagram, GrasshopperGP, both of which spell normally no special characters, numbers, emojis, underscores, anything crazy like that. It's GrasshopperGP, Instagram, and Twitter. Send me an email at grasshoppergp@yahoo.com for the types of sponsorships, advertising, questions, comments, all that good stuff. grasshoppergp@yahoo.com is the place to do it. You are listening to this on Grasshopper GP Official. That's Grasshopper with 3 S's, because when I made the account, I couldn't spell. Grasshopper GP Official with 3 S's is the YouTube account. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on the Bandcamp. Check me out all over the spot. I'm trying to get on iTunes. That should be happening this year, if I have anything to say about it. Just working out the logistics of it. Thank y'all for rocking with me. It's your boy GP, the AquaMethodPodcast. Y'all be good.